make sure my computer has some battery so it doesn't die. Okay. We are working on postcards tonight because I have neglected these for way too long. I have no idea where those have gone. I think they're in my bin, but I have a few that I need to work on. I just got one in the mail today, so I have three that I have three that I want to send out. I want to send one to Janine to say thank you for sending me fabric. I have one going out to, I think it's like Switzerland, from someone that I met during another swap. I guess I didn't meet her, she's in Switzerland, but we decided to swap again. And then I have another one that's going out to a regular swap partner that we swap every month. So I need to get on these, and so that's what I'm going to work on. Hello, Irish lady. Irish sail lady, how are you doing tonight? I'm just going to make some quick quilted postcards. I have some other ones that are already pieced. So this one's the only one that I have to piece tonight, and then I'll work on putting the cardstock on and like writing my little note and everything. I love this machine. I absolutely love it. This is not going to be super perfect. Oh gosh. I cleaned my machine. So I've got this little piece of thread. I don't know why it's doing that. It's very hard with the Juki in the table to get my bobbin in. But for some reason, my thread was coming from underneath my throat. I just cleaned that out. I hope it doesn't cause any problems. Yikes. Okay. How's the long arm quilting going? How's the yellow bird coming along? There's so much going on. So I worked a little bit on goldfinch last night. I haven't long armed for a few days. I'm waiting on thread to come in. It was supposed to come in today. And once that comes in, then I'm going to long arm my husband's dragon quilt. Let's see. Let's check the shipping on this. It's so frustrating because I have to like log into it. Hold on. I wonder if it's sitting out there. Or if it's... Where's the haberdasher? Where'd it go? There we go. Oh, I have to log into the actual website. Ugh. But anyway, I haven't long armed for a few days because I have a lot of things that I need to catch up on with sewing, such as these quilted postcards that I'm swapping and sending out to people. Ooh, I think I'm actually going to make this one. So I have 4. Okay, I've got one going out to Janine, one going out to Switzerland, and then I'll make 2 of these like cow ones and send one out to my swap partner in, where does she live? I think it's like New York. I think she lives out there. And then I will send another one out to the author that sent me her book. She's got cows, so this would be perfect. I didn't know the dragon quilt was put together. Do you have a picture of it? Oh, it's actually hanging up on the design wall, so yes. I'm trying to sign into this. Austin hung it up. It was laying on the long arm. But he pieced it. I did not do anything. Literally, I did nothing. I didn't even, I just showed him how to properly hold a rotary cutter, and that was it. And he just went for it. He also made himself a pillowcase, and he's working on making his brother a quilt now because his brother's birthday's on Saturday, and he really wants to make him a quilt. All right, let's see if our package, if we even have a package out there. I could just check the doorstep, but we're gonna log in and check the tracking number. Account, my account. He did such a good job. Beautiful and big, yes, and manly, so manly. I just had like a huge scare, so I took over social media for my local quilt shop, and we just had a hacker try to get in, so I've been like on guard. We changed passwords, but someone from New York was trying to log in. We're in Kansas, so. All right, let's see. View order. Order shipments. This is going to be a really simple one. I actually got my postcard from this swapper yesterday. But I'm going to make, our theme that we chose was summer. And so I think strawberries and cows are summerish. And then I'll make another one for that. Her name's Rochelle. What? Expected delivery. It's supposed to be here today. And it says it's in Arlington, Texas right now. What the heck? That's weird. It's still showing that it's supposed to be here today, but if it's in Texas, it's not going to be here today. I'm pretty sure I put those other postcards that I made in my box. So I'm going to have to get those out and get my, what is it called? I can't even think of what it's called right now. The cardstock, cut it to size, stitch the cardstock onto there. Well, first, I like to write first. That way, if I stitch over, well, while I'm writing, there's not like a weird poof at the back that makes my writing look weird. I might be able to get 2 postcards out of this. But she has cows, so I think she's going to really like this. All right, let's see. Your Instagram account was removed from your account center. They're still having issues. Was that a... Sorry, I want to make sure that she doesn't get her account hacked. Oh, this is so frustrating. Why do people want to hack accounts? I really don't get it. Why do you want to hack business accounts? It's so frustrating. Hi, Christine. My hair's a mess. I took a shower and it's kind of like all over the place. Let's make sure that no one's logged in. Privacy, nope. Nope. Security, login activity. I hope they didn't move to her Facebook. This is so frustrating. I don't understand. Hackers, why? Why do we need to hack people? I should be able to get 2 postcards out of here. Yay! Okay, so let's just cut these out. And then I'm going to put these little fussy cut cows in their envelopes so that she can do whatever they want. This is gingerbread fabric. I actually got this fabric from Quilty Wishes Granted. They do a huge thing on Instagram each year where you can put like your quilty wishes, like what would you like, and people fulfill wishes. And mine was anything gingerbread, and it was really cool because I got a line of hers that was like one of her first lines, and it's so cute. Take care of that first. My business account was hacked about a month ago. Had to make a lot of changes at my bank. Not fun. Never made a postcard, so I'm learning. Well, I'm not a pro by any means, but let me iron this and I'll show you how I make a postcard. My iron's over here. Things still aren't 100% how I want them down here, but it's going to be okay. I'll keep an eye on this right now. It's definitely a concern because I don't want... Patty is like such a good person. I mean, it doesn't matter who you are, but like, it's just sad to see like good people being attacked. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like this is an attack. This is trying to get into something that's not yours and mess with your account. This is her business. So I really want to make sure that it gets handled. Let's see. My iron's heating up. So while it's heating up, I'm just going to message her and make sure. Ugh, I caught it so fast though. I caught it so freaking fast. There was a notification that came through on the phone and it said someone attempted a login and it was in New York. So I kicked them out. They logged back in twice more. And as soon as I saw the first one, I messaged her. I said, someone's trying to log into your account. Are you on a different device? Does someone else have the login info to your account? If so, she was like, no, it's just my phone. And I can see like Kansas City and Shawnee, which is me. I guess I just gave you the city that I live in. But then you see New York and it came back again. And I was like, oh God. So I was like, we need to change your password. You need to add 2 extra layers of security measures to your account so that people, if they try to log in, a message goes to your phone and they have to have a link that was sent to your phone. So she didn't have that set up. So now she's just trying to get her Instagram and her Facebook linked, and she did, but then she just sent me a message saying that it was unlinked or it was removed. That was 21 minutes ago though. So maybe her text just came in a little bit late because sometimes her phone's a little slow. So we'll just see. All right, I'm going to iron that real quick and show you what I do. I have 4 of them, so I'll just show you. And then I'll get the one that was sent from my swap partner and show you what hers look like. She always sends the cutest ones. So each month we take a turn. Hi Sean, how are you doing? Hello Nancy, hello Delia. So this is the one that she sent me. Each month we take a turn picking the theme, and so last month was rainbow. I don't know if you remember the one that I sent out, but you can see a rainbow one up there. So we just like swap each month, and this was her summer one. And then on the back, on the back has my address. And then a little note. She always puts like the sweetest notes. So she doesn't use cardstock at all. She just does fabric and then uses Sharpie and writes her message. But I use cardstock. I mean, this looks really, really good, but I don't trust myself with Sharpie and fabric. Like, I would have to seam rip and retry. But I love getting, and then she always puts a really, really cute little fabric stamp on hers. And so when I did the rainbow one, I had that rainbow Darth Vader fabric from the Star Wars quilt that I made, and I made it into a stamp. So that was really fun. I missed most of the hacking discussion, but did she change her password as soon as... Yes, she changed her password As soon as I sent her the message, I said, hey, it was maybe like 10 minutes in. So I'm just like on alert. If she sends me a message, like I am right here for her. I'm always here. So I want to make sure she's taken care of because people suck. Why do we need to hack people? Okay, the standard size for a postcard, there are no rules. I've made some really big ones just for fun, but the standard size I believe is 5x7. So I'm just going to get some straight edges, and I believe I can get 2 postcards. 2 postcards from here. Okie dokie. And then we're going to go over here, line it up, and I'm going to get close to a 7. It doesn't have to be perfect. There are no rules. It's probably going to be bigger because I don't want to chop off parts of these little cows, but I'm going to have to on some spots. They just lost an ear. Sorry. Okay. I think that looks pretty good. So it's a weird size. Let's try and get it at a half. I know I'm cutting these little guys off. Their little tails. But we do have a section in the middle where you can see the whole cow. They'll understand. I just don't want to have to cut paper at a weird. So maybe I'll cut this too. So it kind of. Right now I'm just trimming it, okay? And then I'm going to cut it in half so that I get 2 postcards. Which works out perfectly. I have a lot of people that I need to send postcards to. Janine, Crystal in Switzerland, Rochelle, and Lori. So 4. There we go. I'm pretty happy with that. Now I'm going to cut it in half. Let's just do, so it's about, what, 5? And then we'll cut at 10. I think this picture that she sent was something she sent earlier when she noticed that Facebook wasn't working. Okay, so now we have these 2. Do I want to make them smaller or keep them at 5x8? I think I'm just going to keep them. They're just an inch larger than a typical postcard. Should I trim them? If I trim them, you're just going to see a butt on that one. Okay, we'll just leave them how they are. And then I'm going to grab the other 2. Yay! Is there a tutorial on how to make these? I'd love to learn. Maybe I'll make one because I'm making them every month. So I'm still learning though as I go. Different ways to, I mean, everyone does it differently. Let's see if we can find my postcards. Hopefully the kids didn't walk out with them because I had a few of them pieced. Where, oh where has my postcards gone? I have them sitting on here, but as you guys know, everything has been moved and rearranged down here. I'm going to be so frustrated if I can't find those because they were really, really cute. Where did I put, oh, I think I put them. It's always a game of where did I put it? Son of a biscuit. Okay. The postcards are not in there. gosh, this is what's frustrating me so much. Like, this is my space. This is my sacred space. And I can't ever find anything anymore because there's been so much change. Maybe it's over here. Alrighty. I found them. Do. Okie dokie. All is well, all is well. So here are the other two that I made. So I'm going to peel the paper because this one's FPP. And then we're just going to do exactly what we do with other quilts. We're going to sandwich and quilt first. So I'm going to pull out some scrap binding. This is a perfect project to do with other quilters and like build a collection. I think collecting them is really cool. So I love having pen pals. So if anyone's interested in swapping, I am terrible at getting them out at the perfect time. But they're really quick to bust out. So even if you're running late on a swap, you just say, hey, I'm working on it right now. I'll get it sent out. Quilters understand. We always have 1,000 projects going, right? Just peeling out the paper. There we go. I like to use cardstock on mine. As I showed you the ones that came from Lori, she does on fabric. So I bought cardstock a while ago and I just cut them to size. So once I quilt them and everything, I trim it down and then I'll write my message. And then I'll sew the postcard onto the cardstock. So first we have 4 of these to quilt. And then we got 4 of them to attach. So I'm going to use this scrap batting from that rainbow quilt that I did. Not that piece, but this piece looks maybe thick enough. There we go. Perfect. This is why you save all of your scraps. You never know when they come in handy. Some of this has quilting on it, so I'll probably just seam rip that. I was practicing my tension. Maybe this won't be that great. There's more stitching on it than I thought there was. Where, oh where did my seam ripper go? I'm trying to find the one that came in the last sampler box. Which I'm not seeing. Oh my goodness, guys. I'm gonna lose my mind. Things are just not staying put down here. I take full responsibility for those postcards being over there, but I'm gonna go check Austin's office and see if he took my seam ripper. Ugh. I do not see the seam ripper. What a mess. Okay. Let's pick a different piece of batting and see if any of this is thick enough. Whistle for him. He is passed out asleep. Okay, we'll just use this. This might be too wide for that. I had the perfect piece, but it has some stitching on it. This might work still. It just gets thinner as it goes, and we need enough batting. Here is some from the 4-leaf clover quilt that we did. This will be good. There's no stitching on it, so that's nice. And I don't even baste it or anything. So I just like to take my batting and I'm just going to do simple quilting. So I'll just start with one and then I'll place another one and then place another one. And I'm just going to do on these cows, I'm just going to stitch in the ditch. I don't know where my seam ripper would have gone. And I still have 1.5 set. See, I don't mind making simple postcards. You can make these as intricate and fun as you want. I think it's just the thought of someone making you something. Oh, cool! Yvette was on. Nice. So this is quick stitching, but we've got 4 to make, so I put a lot of time in like my message. I did make Angela one when I went to the interview. So there we go. I just did stitching in the ditch, so I'm going to do that on this other one too. Give myself some space, and then I'm easily going to be able to fit these other 2 on here as well. Just like that. Okay. Oh, did you check by the long arm? Let's look. It is not by the long arm, but that is a good guess. Did I never? Oh my gosh. Guys, pregnancy brain. My poor husband. My poor husband. Everyone send a prayer for Austin. I think I'm just losing my mind. Today has honestly been such a long day. It's in this EPP thing. This bag. Oh my gosh. But to be fair, I've been conditioned to like have things missing. I think I'm just losing my brain. Thank you, Rich. Yeah, I've got a lot of these to do, and I'm going to send them out this weekend. I've been wanting to send one to Janine for a while because she sent all of those really beautiful fabrics. So I wanted to say thank you. All right. Ah, see? Now I've got those on. I'll trim my threads. I really don't need to because I'm going to trim the batting off and the threads will just go with it. But why not? Why not? Okie dokie. Now I'm going to find a place for these over here. I'm using light gray thread, so it blends really well with anything, but you could get really fun with your thread. On the one that I gave Angela, I did like some yellow and a few different colors. So let me think. This one's going to Janine. This one is going to my swap partner. This one's going to Rochelle, and I think I'll send this one out to Switzerland because it's fun. It is fun. I don't know how I want to quilt these though because they're like actual, they're designed and everything. So maybe I'll just stitch in the ditch on this one because I think the fabrics are so pretty that I don't want the stitching to take away from those really pretty metallics or anything. Hello, Sheila. Jack doesn't need to be on the side of the milk carton now. Oh my gosh, I just think I'm losing it, guys. Today was such a long day. As the kids get older, naps get shorter. And so it's like you only really get an hour of like quiet time. And I'm constantly hungry. Like I am hungry all the time now. Zoe's got a doctor's appointment tomorrow, just a regular checkup. So I'm gonna drop the kids off at Gigi and Paws and take Zoe. Hopefully there are no shots. Everyone cross their fingers that Zoe will not be getting shots tomorrow. I hate watching them get shots. It's the worst. I'm going to roll this up because I need to be able to see. I might be able to go all the way around here. If I pivot around. And you don't have to be super precise about, you know, how much quilting you're doing per inch because these are never going to be washed. They're never going to be washed, so that's not a concern with the postcards. It's really just securing your fabric to the batting so that you can put that on the postcard. Okay, I think that's probably good for that one. That's not going anywhere. So now I have 3 on here, and I'm going to add another one. Praying for no shots. Thank you. Thank you. I look rested. I do not look rested. I did take a shower, so that makes all the difference, right? I was like, Austin, I need a shower. I just really need. I think I'm going to do straight line quilting on this one. Some matchstick quilting. This, Juki is no joke. Look at how fast I'm able to get. I think I might, well, the edges of that other one that I just did are going to be secured when I stitched onto the cardstock. Right now they're flapping, and I don't love that. We're just doing some matchstick quilting on this one for funsies. I'm still waiting for hers to come in. She is in the UK. I swear it's Switzerland. But it might be the UK. She said she sent hers like last week, and so these are not perfect matchstick quilting lines, but it is okay. I'm going to trim these out of my way so I don't stitch them into the other lines. Is that a wall hanging or a mug rug? It is the one that I'm working on right now. These are postcards. So I'm quilting them right now, and then I'll show you what to do next for those of you who have never made one. I can do the rest of this matchstick quilting tomorrow. I want to make sure I've got enough time to show you how I do this. Okay, so now I'm going to trim these off. I still have to quilt this one some more. I just did a little bit of straight line quilting. I'm going to do the cows. I'm going to do the cow ones right now, and I'm going to trim them off of the batting. so that I don't have any batting, and I made sure I had straight edges, but sometimes the quilting can distort your fabric, so it's always good to just, let's cut this off. I haven't gotten another text message, so I think, cross your fingers, we are okay on the hacking. Knock on wood that these people or a robot in New York wants to leave a small Kansas City quilt shop alone. Just trimming these. I'm sure there's a quicker way to do this, but I'm in no hurry. I have so much to do. I need to do my Christmas swap items, so I'm going to be making a table runner and 2 Christmas ornaments. And then I've got the goldfinch still. That's probably going to be like work as I go, because I have so much that I need to catch up on, and that guy takes a lot of time, and so I'll probably hit him up as I go. You should not hack, Beth. I was not. I was trying to protect my quilt shop from that. Okay, now I'm going to go grab some cardstock because the ones that I brought over are too small. These are 5 by 8. Typical postcard size is 5 by 7 usually. Hi, Moldy Lasagna. Oh gosh. Okay, let me go get my cardstock. Hold on, everything is over here. I need to move my card back. Okay. I'm going to tell you that I always make sure I have 3 types of paper stocked down here. Copy paper, cardstock, and foundation paper. Cardstock is literally just for these postcards. So it lasts a very long time. I don't know what color I want to go with. Let's do green. I think I've done yellow the past couple months. And then I'll do pink on the other 2. And I can probably get 2 of these. And now I'm going to cut my paper to the size of my postcards that I made. Okay. So I'm going to line up at 5. Hi, Amy. Hi, Paula. Hi, everyone. We are going to try and get at least 2 of these done. Now, if you have 2 rotary cutters, go for it. Prolong your blade by separating what is paper, what's fabric, being cut with your rotary blade. But I don't worry too much because I never change mine, so I have plenty of blades just waiting for it to switch out. So I'm cutting my paper to size. Bam. So these match the size of my little quilts. And then you're just gonna lay it on there. Now the first time that I made these, I used like craft glue to like sandwich these 2 together. You really don't have to do that. There's a little bit of shifting that's gonna happen while you're sewing. You could like clip all the way around. Let's try that. It's just an extra step. Usually I don't, but since I'm using the Juki, this is the first time that I'm just going to be using a straight stitch. Sometimes it's really fun, like on the Singer, I would do like decorative stitches going around, and you would see it on the underneath of the paper, which is really fun when you're reading your little note to see some fun like decorative stitching. I mean, what other time are we pulling out those decorative stitches, right? So you can do this if you want. It might help with shifting. Just don't go too fast while you're stitching, and it shouldn't move too much. Alright, now I'm just going to line up. There's a lot of ways you can do this. So you could do a blanket stitch going all the way around, or a zigzag stitch, or whatever you want. You could have this be fabric on the bottom, and you could write in Sharpie. Usually I write my note first before putting, like, stitching it on with the fabric, because I don't want hi Mom, I don't want my writing to get affected by there being something on the underneath. I'm really weird about how I write and like what surfaces I write on, but if that doesn't bother you, just stitch it on. I'm going to go about 1/4 inch, back tacking at the beginning. Another thing about this is it's going through cardstock, so you might want to change your needle if you're like making a few of these before you start quilting a project. And I see a little bit of shifting, but it's okay. It's gonna shift no matter what. Even when we're stitching like on fabric, your stuff is gonna move sometimes. As long as you're getting through that paper, you're fine. I hope Rochelle loves this because she's got cows and she is always on Instagram showing her cows. It's the cutest thing ever. And I told her I would make her one. I feel so bad. I am like really forgetful with these because they're like extra projects or whatever. But I love making them. They don't take that long. See? There you go. And then now you just write your message. So I like to pick, you know, I have like a bunch of colored pens. And then I'm going to write my note. Rochelle. I want to make sure I spell her name right. Rochelle. Alright, and now I'm going to write my little note. And you can make it look like a postcard, so you can get your ruler. You can put a little line going down. Like a little thing, and then you can take your ruler, and I like to make sure I get it somewhat straight so it looks professional. And then you can go all the way down. And you can make your little lines for the address. And then you can, usually the stamp goes in this corner, but I put them too close. And we like to put fabric stamps, like you can make little, you could fussy cut something and put it right here as like a stamp. So that's really fun. I might put just a cow on there, even though it's not in the stamp section. I've never gotten postcards before this, so the first one I made, I had no idea what a postcard looked like, and so I just like wung it. And Lori probably got it and was like, what the heck? Rochelle. Alrighty. I really like taking the time to like write a really nice message on there. And then I have a bunch of these little cows that I fussy cut. And so I might have to cut it down just a little bit more to fit in that space. Because I think this would be a really cute fabric stamp. Will that fit in there? It's so, maybe I'll have to like actually cut this out a little bit better. Alrighty. I'm going to use these scissors that I got for that collage quilting class. That really, they're so amazing. It makes cutting out the little details really nice, like nice and easy, and it doesn't fray. So I know a lot of you mentioned that you love these scissors as well, but if you don't know what they are the Karen Buckley scissors. They are fantastic. So now the little cow fits on there. Look at him. He's so cute. And then I'll put her address on there. And once I finish the rest of these all up, I will send it out. I'm going to use just some fabric or some craft glue. Gotta love it when you find an extra glue stick. I'm just going to put some on the paper. Whee! That might have been a lot, but I want to make sure he stays on there. Press them down. And there's my fabric stamp. It doesn't really look like a stamp anymore because I fussy cut around here. And then I'm going to add her address. And it's in my messages. I feel so bad. I've taken forever. Okay. Let's send it out. And she is in Wisconsin. So alrighty. So there is our postcard. That's what it looks like at the top. Then I'll cover her address, and that's what it looks like on the underneath. And so, like I said, you could do crazy quilting. You could do, you know, more intricate piecing like I did on these. You could use the decorative stitches when you're putting your sandwich together and putting your fabric on your paper so that when you flip it over, you see swirls or leaves or something that fits the theme of your swap. So that's really fun. Let's make our other one. I want frogs on mine, Beth, please. I'll see if I have any frog fabric. So I'm going to make the other one for my other partner. She is the one that sent hers to me. I showed it earlier. Where? Oh, yeah, these are from over there. So I'm going to just do the same thing. I have so many scissors everywhere. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to just clip around it. I found that there was less shifting. So I like that. It's going to shift no matter what, but I didn't notice it coming off the page as much, which I like. Sometimes when I'm doing the postcards, the sandwich can shift too far off. And it looks sloppy on the other side. To me. Okay, now I'm going to stitch all the way around, and then we're just going to do the same thing. Back tacking at the beginning. Whee! And taking our Oh gosh. No glue, Beth? No, you can do that. I did that on my first one. There's really no need. Plus, it can get the paper soggy if you put too much. You really don't need to use glue because the stitch going all the way around is going to hold it. These aren't being washed. You know, these are going to be most likely hung up on a wall or put on a desk or on a fridge. They're not going to endure, you know, as much use as like a regular quilt would. So you've got some leeway there. And I'm going to trim my thread. And there we go. I like to trim the thread on both sides. That's what it looks like at the top. That's what it looks like on the bottom. And then I'm going to write my note. Make sure I've got my right sides up. And I'm going to write her note. I'm going to section off the address portion again before I get started. I'm a big writer, so sometimes that's why I like making my postcards super big, because I write really large. Okay, I read her card, but I want to make sure. She said that they had all gotten COVID and were finally feeling better. Yes, I want to enjoy outdoors while the weather is warm. We are recovering from COVID and just spending time in the garden. All right, now I'm going to talk about our summer. So I'm going to say Zoe just had her third birthday party. See, I write too big. I'm going to have to write off of here. See, looking. forward to next swap. It's actually my turn to pick the theme for next month, so that's going to be awesome. All right, I'm going to do the same thing, and I'm going to it's a regular stamp or a postcard stamp. I can confirm that. You can mail 1 ounce with a stamp. Yeah, I, just for good measure, will usually put 2 stamps on, because I would hate to send it out and think it's on its way and then get it back in the mail. So I just put 2. It might be overkill, but I don't have a scale. I probably should get a scale for my sewing room, especially for like sending quilts out in the mail, to know like how much postage is going to be. I should do that. I should get a scale. Putting her little cow on there. Look at it, he's so cute. And then I'll put her address on there. I'm probably not going to draw the lines because I'm just not really good at that part. I try, but I'm just going to put her name and her address. So now to get her address. I need to just store it in like a notes section. She's so sweet. I love that we have continued to swap together. I feel like I ask for her address every time. I need to just save the envelope that she sends them in. There we go. She is in Indiana. Why did I forget that? We did themed postcards 2 months ago, and she made hers. It was really cool. It talked about the Indy 500 and everything. And all right, so I just did 2 of those. I'm gonna cover her address. I put a little cow there, and I wrote a little message about our summer and what we've been up to. And then the next one, I want to send this out to Janine. She sent beautiful fabric to me for my rainbow scrap wall hanging that is now hanging on the wall. Austin put it on there. So that was awesome. I like this. I might send those postcards out instead of Christmas cards. They would love it, and they're not going to throw it away. Well, depending on the person. I think most people would know not to throw these away, and so I think sending this instead of just Christmas cards that get thrown away, it's really special. That would be a really good idea. Beth, if you have an item that's more than a pound, you can just weigh yourself on a scale and weigh yourself holding the package. We don't have a scale at all in this house. I know people are going to think I'm crazy, but I don't weigh myself. Like, I don't weigh myself. Austin doesn't weigh himself. We don't weigh the kids. We don't do any of that. How did you hang your quilt on? So this is a shout out to Heather, our friend Heather. She saw on a live that my, this one, which is actually, this purple one, is actually from that swap. So the person that made that purple aster, it's called a double aster, that one right there, that is who I have continued to swap with. So that's who I just made a swap for. And then I've got all of her like postcards over there. So this was hung, you put 2 nails up and then use binder clips and you clip it on there, and then you put one of the little loopy loops over the hook or over the nail. Do you see that? So it works really well. We've just learned that the command hooks aren't very reliable and they're really expensive. So binder clips are cheaper, and that's not going anywhere. So it's not going to fall randomly during a live and scare the heebie-jeebies out of me. I'm going to go put this back. This was the one that she sent. Isn't that so cute? Isn't that adorable? The theme is summer, so she nailed it. I'm going to hang it up here. So we've done, this will be our fourth time swapping, including that double aster. I sent her that sunflower using the free pattern from Quiet Play. So I'm now gonna do Janine's. I don't have a ton of time, but as you can tell, these don't take a lot of time. I spend the most time writing my messages. And I still have to quilt this one, so I'll finish quilting that one and then send it out. I think it's somewhere in the UK. Another person that I swapped with for that We Women quilt one, the little girls, like the FPP pattern that I did a while back. She was like, "Oh, you're doing postcards. I want to swap." So I was like, "Okay, let's do it." All right, this one is bigger, which is good. This one's a little too small, and I don't really want to trim the actual. So this is 4.5. So I'm gonna cut this to 4.5. So that it matches. That's a really good idea to make your Christmas cards this way. I know we all have some really, really cute Christmas fabric. And this might be, how wide is this? This is 6.5. So we are going to cut our cardstock. And this one is going to Sweet Janine. Hello, Marla. Oh, thank you. I stole it from Austin. Actually, he might have no, I think this was his. I like to take my husband's shirts. We have the same style. Ah! And this is a little bit bigger. I'm not loving that. I'm going to just so annoying. Sometimes even if you cut it, it can be a little bit off. So we're just going to take a skinny sliver off the paper, because I don't want paper hanging off to where when you're reading it, you see paper coming off the side. That's really what I don't want. I don't care if you see fabric coming out the other side while you're reading it, but you don't want cardstock ruining your pretty mini quilt that you made someone. Now you can always trim too at the end because you are stitching a 1/4 inch away. So if there's like some excess hanging off, you could always take your ruler and cut that off. See, Sean, if you're still on, you could even make these for your exchange student. Or like your exchange student, their family when they go back. That'd be really cool. We're just stitching around like we did on all the other ones. I'll probably write my message tomorrow. I don't want to be rushed. Ah! My stitching went off a little bit, but that's okay. This fabric's kind of forgiving. Just make sure you back stitch at the beginning and the end. And do you see what I'm talking about? So you can kind of see on this side, a little bit peeking out. I'm just going to take my ruler and trim that off, because I don't want to see that. You've got some room to do that, because you've given yourself space. So that looks a lot better to me. This one's going to go out to Janine, so I'm going to write her name. I'm obviously not going to put a cow one on hers. It doesn't really fit. Woo, I write way too much. Alrighty, I'm not going to do the whole like postcard thing on hers, because I really just want to write her a thank you card. So I wrote her a little thank you card. And so Janine's is done. So we just made 3 postcards together in the nick of time. These are super, super fast. They're really fun to make. So if you haven't made them yet, go for it. And you can really make them however you want. You can do fabric on the back. You can do cardstock on the back like I did. You can, there's just so many possibilities. And so just getting on postcards now. They're so fun. How does our phone change our words and text? I don't know. So yeah, that's about it. It's about time for me to hop off. And so I'm going to try and get these mailed out this weekend. I need to finish quilting this one and send this one out overseas, so that's going to be awesome. I'm going to try and get my space put back together the way that I need it to be to function. I feel so bad, like running around getting everything while I'm on live. I feel like it takes away from the time that we have, and it's distracting. So I'm going to try and get everything put back the way it needs to be for me to be able to function. Thank you. Thank you, Terry. I would try to get lost. Before GPS, we lived in Tallahassee, Florida. I would try to get lost. You can't. That's so funny. All right. Well, thank you to everyone who hung out. Tomorrow is Thursday. I was about to say Friday. I was super excited. Tomorrow's Thursday. I'm going to try and hop on a little bit earlier so I can hang out a little bit longer. I always feel bad leaving you guys so early in the night. I feel like we could get so much more done and have so much more fun. But yeah, I'm going to try and come on a little bit earlier tomorrow night, okay? So, good stuff. You made my night. I needed to unwind. Oh, I'm so glad, Moldy Lasagna. We've missed you in the chat. I'm so glad to see you here tonight, and I'm glad that I was able to help you relax just a little bit. I was lost there last week. Oh no. You mean in Florida? Beth, I don't know how you do it. It's all good. I will be on earlier tomorrow night. Maybe I'll like come on right after dinner and let Austin put the kids down. Maybe, and we can get a few more hours because I have a lot to do for the goldfinch and I am like falling behind. So I'll let you guys all go or I'll keep rambling. See you guys all very soon. Sending you all hugs. Have a good night. Was fun chat. Sleep good. Push the button. Tell me to push the button. Good night, Amy. Good night, June. Good night, Moldy Lasagna and Terry and Rich. Bye, everyone. I'm going to press it now. I mean it.